Strange. That's 2 weeks in a row now that Blake hasn't started the show. Well, since he's not here, I will open the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you all to stand up and make some noise! Yeah, that's how it's done, Blake. You can't hide from me forever, Blake. By Sunday, me and my team will hold 4 different titles, including both your precious world titles. And we will keep the titles for a very long time because, you know, Wolfpack for life and all that jazz. But my offer still stands, Blake. You say yes right now, and I'll forfeit the match. I won't become WYW champion, and in return, all I ask is that we stop playing around with each other and finally settle this at Insomnia. You can't pretend that this weren't what you wanted. You've been expecting this match since we were the first 2 people that founded this damn company. Me and you were destined to face each other. We are the perfect match, the opposites to each other. So stop running. You want me gone, Blake? Come and do it yourself. Sam, the last time we faced in this ring, I told you never to underestimate me or that I would make you pay for it. Well, look what happened. I beat you and became a 4-time WIW champion. And now you face me again, and now look what is happening. You're still doing it. I beat you, and you still don't even mention my name or admit that you'll have a tough match to take this title back from me? Pathetic. So don't you worry about Blake, because after Sunday, your leverage on him is gone. Look, dude, no offense, but you're a useless piece of shit who is only a champ of the B show and couldn't survive 10 minutes in me without protection from your GM boyfriend. You gave me no reason to doubt that I would take you in my sleep. and you still don't. So I am not having this conversation with you again. I'll be seeing you at Purgatory, taking the title, and then Blake, you will have no choice but to beg me for that match at Insomnia so that I don't run your company for you again. Seriously, I'm in the ring face to face with you right now and you're still pretending I don't exist. You better start showing me respect, Sam. You may think that this... A heated start to another show on the road to Insomnia. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to the Go Home show for the Purgatory pay-per-view. My name is Darren Jacobs. I think I already said that, but we're going to carry on with it anyway. We are starting off tonight's show with the first ever WIW champion, Rage, who is kicking off tonight just as a bit of a warm-up. It's been a while since he's been in-ring competition. Last week was in the main event, taking on King Sam, and King Sam, well, let's just say, everybody taps, and Rage found that out the hard way, but it's been a bit of Ringrust so far. Rage, of course, no surprise to see him struggling slightly to readjust to life back here in WIW. It's always difficult transitioning between company to company, but he has made it clear he's back full-time, and he just needs to get himself back into the swing of things, and that's exactly what he wants to do. And you know he'll be gunning for that World Championship again, but hasn't been the most impressive of starts. 2 defeats. Right now, won the Rumble, which isn't really the worst thing in the world, I guess. And then the one to King Sam last week, so now he needs some wins on the board. And that puts him right now back at the beginning. And someone else who's been back at the beginning, essentially, pretty much his entire time here in WIW. Someone who had so much promise coming into the company, but just hasn't really been able to deliver. But maybe now, as we've come towards Season 2, maybe now he can start to emerge as the top talent that he signed as with the company. It is Bomber. Bomber ready to come out here and make some noise here tonight. What a win it would be for Rage if he was able to knock off the former WIW champion in Rage. Rage's not an easy man to keep down, although didn't put up much of a fight last week, so maybe Bomber can benefit from Rage's Ringrust and take advantage and pull off the win here tonight. Of course, neither of these men will be at the Purgatory pay-per-view, at least not on the main show. Again, a pre-show will probably be likely, and I'm sure Rage would love to get himself some in-ring action. The more the merrier as we head towards the road to Insomnia, but he's clearly back, and he's not here to mess around. But he needs to start showing that he's here and he's going to take things seriously. But Rage, we know, has the power to just destroy anyone at a blink of an eye. They shake hands, the respect to the true veteran of WIW in Rage. A former WYW superstar was Rage. No surprise that Bomber shows his sign of respect for this huge monster. Rage, one of the tallest people, but also one of the most well-built. You can see his structure as such a dominating figure to bear down upon him. Bomber finding that out very early on here as into an air raid siren neckbreaker goes. Rage, look at that! Nice little barrel roll takedown with the legs. And showing some agility as well. Rage deceptively quick, undeceptively strong. Very, very difficult competitor to square up against, but it's been done in the past. Of course, Aaron Allbright won his first WIW championship against this man. On that occasion, he did have some help with Jayden, but then again, Rage was also defeated in the triple threat, which lost to Jayden. He couldn't win the title back. He's only a one-time champion, but he's the first-time champion. And just like Original Brad keeps saying, that's something that can't be wiped under the carpet. Rage, of course, also part of one of former #1 contenders tag team, the Dragon Dynasty. And as of right now, he seems to be the only one who's made his way back to the ring. And of course, I couldn't blame him He by far, of all his time in WIW, probably had arguably the most success, maybe tied with Jace. Jace, of course, a former trial era world champion, but also European champion as well. So it's a close battle between these two, but you've got to always say that Rage always found his way to the top of the card. Rage knew what it took to be a main eventer, and Jace maybe not necessarily had that in him. I mean, he was always there, competing around the mid-card region, and of course he was a mid-card champion, one of the best European champions, if not the best European champion we've had to date. But Rage was always up there competing, and he just had that obvious fear factor that comes from someone his size. Very nice work there from Rage, and now Rage might be ready to finish this one off already, maybe looking for the jackhammer. Oh wait, what's he going for here? Going for a powerbomb instead, maybe? Oh, look at that! Shades of the injustice on that move. Oh god. Okay, alright. 1, 2, 3. Where the hell was the referee going? And I think Bomber just definitely tasted defeat there, but the referee deciding to run into the ropes instead, and he gets taken out. That's karma coming back around. Interesting move there from Rage, deciding not to go for Road Rage or for that running Superman punch or anything like that. Look at this, though, from the top rope. Oh, what a move! Rage dominating here to start the show. And Bomber on the receiving end of some heavy hits, but he needs to make sure that he doesn't take too much damage, because that could be costly later on in the match. Look at this. Oh, and a massive face buster. The referee has given Bomber a lifeline by not making the count to start this one off. But Rage going to take his frustrations out here on Bomber for that. Bomber needing to get some wins under his belt if he's going to be anything more than a show opener. For Rage, we know he's better than a show opener, and he continues to prove that week in, week out. And now Rage continue just to make haste and punishing Bomber for all that's going on here. Now lifting him up, was looking for a military press. Well countered there by Bomber. Now can start mounting some offense of his own. And now Bomber needs something big here to get himself going, to get some life in this match. He's been on the receiving end of nothing but heavy fire so far. A massive right hand. Pure power, but not much else for Bomber. It's been so far in WIW. Hasn't really shown himself to be more capable than just landing a big hit. But he hasn't been able to get the job done. Look at this, going for another powerbomb now. Oh, he just flew over the shoulders. Beautiful alley-oop bomb there. And Rage just going to go straight into the cover off of that. This time the referee does make the count. Is that going to be enough to get rid of Bomber? Didn't think so, a 2 count. And Bomber continues to fight. Rage in disbelief, though, no surprise. Rage backs up a bit. Look at this. Rage bringing out all the moves here tonight. Beautiful! Slam down onto the apron. And he doesn't even know what hit him. And now what is Rage thinking? Rage, we haven't seen this in some time. Road Rage! Road Rage! That same move that won him his first world title picks up the win tonight again. No! Well, I guess not having to worry about the first kick out. Bomber has some energy left in him. But the crowd erupts at the sign of the Road Rage, and Rage continues to run a massacre here over Bomber. Bomber with no real response to what's going on, and he's going to need one if he's going to stay in this match. It's okay kicking out of pins, but if you can't mount the offense forward, then you're going to struggle. Beautiful move there, though. Maybe Bomber now can find some life in this match. Playing to the crowd, not exactly a fan favorite, made it clear from previous attacks on the likes of Dicson. Oh, Rage got up way too quickly. Bomber was not ready for it, and look at it, just tossing him down. Bomber thought he had him down for longer than that, but you should know it's never that easy to keep Rage down. Oh, big elbow. And this has been a fantastic show opener. Bomber not showing signs of giving up here, that's for sure. Drags him to the middle of the ring. Can he do something now? Looking for the air raid siren. Rolls through perfectly. This could be Bomber in a bit of trouble here. Rage in a bit of trouble. Neck breaker. Oh, but look at this. Bomber stunned as Rage just gets up as if nothing even happened. Straight into the cover of that nice little shoulder block. He's done enough damage to get the job done. But Bomber finds a way out on that occasion. Oh, but now look at Bomber. Bomber's fired up. He's ready to start fighting back in this one. Might be able to land a massive powerbomb here to Rage. Big powerbomb! Gets him down! And is that enough for Bomber to steal the victory over Rage? I didn't think so. But a powerful bomb nonetheless from Bomber. Very nicely done. And goes straight back to playing to the crowd. He's sensing that this match is still winnable. He's turning the tide like I said he'd have to if he was going to fight himself back into this match. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. Has him on the ropes now. Rage clearly not as clinical as he used to be. And he's proving a little bit difficult here to put away here, Bomber. Bomber refusing to give in without a fight. Big DDT. And Rage has gone back to the old reliable Road Rage. He didn't get the job done the first time. But you got to imagine that first little powerbomb that he did was enough to put it away. The referee refused to count it though. God knows what the referee was doing. But the referee has got in the way. But it didn't make a difference because it looks like Rage is getting closer and closer to wrapping this one up. But Bomber still refusing to give in. Still showing signs of life. Going for the air raid siren neckbreaker again. Nicely done. And if Bomber pulls off the win, this is going to be a huge upset for someone who's struggling to pick up wins here in WIW. Clearly finding his way back into this match now, looking for another powerbomb. Gets him down. No way! Has Bomber found his way to beat Rage? No! Rage kicks out again at the powerbomb. And Bomber's face says it all. Couldn't get the job done against the former world champion. But he's only just started mounting the offense. A series of powerbombs didn't think would be enough. I mean, the second one I thought he might have had it there because he's been mounting some offense. But now look at the heavy strikes from Rage. Rage not only strong but quick, and that's dangerous as a combination, as you've seen from many of the top big men here in WIW. Big Willie, a perfect example. Deceptively quick and powerful. And, of course, that results in him being the top dog over there. And now with a long over 200-day reign as the TV champion. Rage now from the top rope. Oh, no. Knew to go against that. Went for an attack, but Bomber once again sidesteps. Bomber refusing to give in here. Not giving down to the former champion. He wants to push his way back up the card. And he's doing a great job of doing that. Beautiful neck breaker. Now hyping up. Bomber sensing the control is truly with him. And although there's been some questionable decisions in this match, it's not stopping either of these men from going full on ham on each other to start tonight's show off. And right when you think you're going to see a boring pre-show, think again, ladies and gentlemen, because this is only the first match, but we are seeing one hell of a heated contest. Rage determined to prove that he still belongs here in WIW. First world champion. He's on serious fighting pressure here. Looking for the air raid siren neckbreaker again. Got him! And this could be it. This really could be it. Not going to waste any time to taunt. Just going to get him up for another powerbomb. Rage. Not going to let it happen though. Carries him away. Rage needs something big here. He has lost his control in this match. Bomber is fighting back and the crowd are starting to sense it here. Bomber really is back in this match. Looking for one more powerbomb to put him away. Big powerbomb. And Bomber picks up the win over the former world champion in spectacular fashion. A complete and utter robbery if you ask me. But what a comeback he made. This was the moment there. The referee clearly should have counted. That was much longer than 3. The referee didn't count. And then the second Road Rage he found a way to power out of. And then from there it was all Bomber's control. And Bomber picks up one of the biggest wins of his career, if not the biggest, to start tonight's show. Maybe Rage has come back too early. Maybe he's just not ready to come back. He is struggling to start off, and Bomber has got the better of him here tonight. And if this trend continues, it could be worrying signs for Bomber. That's 3 losses in a row on his dramatic comeback to WIW. Well, the Rage, one of the toughest people in WIW, and Bomber's found a way to get him tonight. Not exactly in the cleanest of fashions, but he gets the job done, and for Bomber, that is a huge step forward as he begins to try and make a name for himself as we come towards the end of Season 1 and near the beginning of Season number 2. Huge win for Bomber here tonight. Very, very disappointing loss for Bomber. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, a surprise upset to start the show, but we continue on down the card as one which I don't think will be an upset either way, but it'd definitely be an interesting one nonetheless. It's a #1 contenders match, and it is for the European Championship. And the first man down to the ring who made his claim for the title last week by appearing at the top of the ramp following Mason Foster's victory in his match last week, it is Dicson. And this is a man who's never really shown an interest in being a champion. I believe he was in a title match once, but I don't think it was, I think it was just chucked in there by the general manager. But he's never really come out and said he wants one, or at least made an appearance. I'm not even sure if this guy actually does talk. But Dicson, making his intentions known last week, he's ready. And right before Insomnia, he's ready to make his claim, and he's going for the European Championship. Well, Mason Foster, if this guy is the man he's facing, has got one hell of a challenge waiting for him at the other end of Purgatory this Sunday. Not much time to prepare for this one, unfortunately, but for Mason Foster, I'm sure he'll take on any challenge that's coming his way, starting with Dicson if it is the task. But there is an alternative to Dicson, and it's not exactly an easy alternative to deal with either. It is Allen Hart, the All-Heart, who, following Mind Games, has been in the form of his career, but seems has gone to a downward spiral as of late, and I guess he hasn't just managed to live up to the greatness he might have peaked at Mind Games, who knows, but maybe this man's better suited for the tag division. That's a thought. I never really actually thought of that. Allen Hart, he did so well in the 4v4s and the 2v2s and stuff, but maybe he's a tag team guy, I don't know, but he's pursuing singles career. He's not exactly someone you can trust, the All-Heart Allen Hart, and he's proven that over his time here in WYW. He's proven he's not exactly a man to be trusted. And now tonight, has a chance at the European Championship, doesn't need a partner for that. He just needs to take down the monster that's awaiting him inside that ring. And the bell rings, or the referee's about to ring. Okay. And no surprise to see that this man wants a front row seat to see who will be facing him at Purgatory. The European Champion, Mason Foster, stepping out to the ring to watch on. Dicson doesn't approve of what's going on. It doesn't look like Allen Hart's too happy either. Remember, the winner of this match will be going on to face Mason Foster at Purgatory for the European Championship. So no surprise, considering that Mason Foster won't get a warm-up against either of these two. No surprise to see that he's come out to watch here tonight. Bell rings and away we go, and Dicson and Allen Hart straight into some chain wrestling here, which will favour Allen Hart. Very much a technical fighter, Allen Hart. He's a very gifted individual, Allen Hart, in the technical wrestling. Dicson very much relies on his power and brute strength, and that's what's been getting him through in WIW for quite some time. Remember, the winner, as I mentioned, will be going on to face that. Oh, look at this. Hold on a minute. No way. Is he really going? Oh! Rack attack driver already. Where the hell did that come from? Not taking any prisoners tonight. Allen Hart ready to... Allen Hart's in trouble. Dicson ready to lay waste already. He's not wasting any time. And he knows Mason Foster's watching, so he's going to have to send a strong message, and he does there with a stiff clothesline. A beat down already here from the All-Heart Allen Hart, but Allen Hart's not one to give up that easy. He keeps fighting on here. He's going to now need to start mounting some offense if he can, and a massive uppercut to do just that. And Mason Foster, the Welsh Wonder Boy, watching on from the outside. And we might be going to join him out there. And he's not exactly sitting on a chair, but I guess he just he's on the edge of his seat. He wants to get closer to the action as it comes right in front of him. Doesn't even really look like he's watching, to be honest. It looks like he's spaced out. But the European Champion must have eyes on other prizes, of course, one of which being Insomnia. The European Champion more than likely will end up there, but he's got one more barrier to get through, and that's right, one of these two men right here. And that is either Dicson or Allen Hart. And Dicson last week made a huge claim that he's ready to go at Mason Foster for the European Championship. And I tell you what, he's a dangerous fighter, Dicson. He's not exactly someone you'd want to step into the ring with if you can avoid it. Count of 7. Count is rising here. This one might even end on count out right now. Oh, punched over the barricade. And he needs to be careful and get back to ringside. They don't get back in the ring. This might end in a double count out. I don't think Dixon's too particularly bothered. Oh, and he just saves the count there. Gets back inside, and Allen Hart is Irish whipped here into the corner. Oh, tried to make advances, but it looks like Mason Foster is going to answer the challenge that was laid out by Dicson. And now Dicson staring down at the champion. Oh, wait a minute. Allen Hart gets back to his feet. And now he's going to land a strike, and Mason Foster clearly has picked his side on who he wants to win this one. And it's not in favour of the monster that is Dicson. Well, Mason Foster, we know, we're not a stranger to taking down challenges, but looks like he's made his intentions clear on this one, that he does not want Dicson. They both nearly got a double count out there. He might not have even faced it, Purgatory. Oh, look at that, crashing into the steel steps once again. A lot of outside fighting right now, and Dicson punishing Allen Hart with huge, heavy shots to the head. He doesn't care too much about any of this right now. He looks like he's just ready to beat him down relentlessly. And tosses him back into the ring. And back to beat the count at the count of 5. Dicson now continuing to climb. Oh, went for the clothesline. And couldn't connect there. Well ducked by Allen Hart. That was good that he did there. Now playing to the crowd. Mixed reactions from the crowd there. They're not too sure what to think about Dicson. But now Dicson firing himself up. Series of clotheslines. Allen Hart keeps getting up. Power slam. Very nicely done there. And now, there's the clothesline he was looking for, nearly taking off the head of Allen Hart. And now choking him down on the ground, making life a little easier for himself if he decides to go for the finish. Looking for the rack attack up on the shoulders again. Lifting him up. Looking for that rack attack pile driver. Got him! Big connection on the head. Well, Allen Hart is down, and that's a big hit. That's the second time as well. Question is, though, is that enough to keep Allen Hart down and progress to the European Championship match? Dicson is going to Purgatory. Well, Allen Hart tried best to put up as much of a fight as he could, and Allen Hart was really gifted a chance back into the match by Mason Foster. But look at that clothesline. I think from there he was out cold, but the rack attack drilling the head down onto the apron confirms the victory, and Dicson has got a shot at the European Championship. He's going to face Mason Foster at Purgatory. And Mason Foster, Dicson checking over his shoulder there, checking that Mason Foster isn't coming. But he's made his intentions clear here, Dicson. He's hungry for championship gold, and right before Insomnia, the monster, who has been in phenomenal form all season long, has finally made his long-awaited claim to the title. But the question is, when the spotlights are on this Sunday at Purgatory, will he be able to conquer the European champion Mason Foster? Or will Mason once again find a way to escape with the title and move on to Insomnia? Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some warm-up for half of the League of Gods, more specifically Black Jesus, who'll be going one-on-one, not with Bob or Allen, as you might have expected in preparation for the Mayhem Tag Team Championship match at Purgatory. No, they go up against the man who actually answered the call last week, and that is Travis Cotterrell, who is back in the ring, the richest man in WIW, back in that solid gold robe with his wife, Abby Cotterrell, making their way down to the ring. He's brought the whole shebang here. Abby, Bob, and Allen all down at ringside. Definitely by far one of the most secure and safest men in WIW. Travis Cotterrell, the first ever television champion, before losing it to Big Willie, of course, as everybody seems to be suffering the same fate. But Travis, last week said that the League of Gods were no gods, they weren't real champions. And this week, coming out to prove it himself before Bob and Allen take them on at Purgatory for the Mayhem Tag Team titles. And could you imagine Bob and Allen, of all people, coming in to Insomnia as the Mayhem Tag Team Champions? It would definitely be an interesting twist, as they would become the 4th tag team in Mayhem history to hold the Mayhem Tag Team titles. But they're up against some tough opponents who have knocked off the best that the Mayhem Tag division has to offer. That is for sure, and they will find out soon enough if there are any more challengers ready to go. There are definitely some people who are ready for tag team action who just haven't really found the partner to get there. Allen Hart, as I mentioned before, one of them. But Bob, Allen, and Abby already standing by with Travis in the ring, ready to throw down tonight. As I mentioned, he's going up against one half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. More specifically, he goes up against Ty, a.k.a. Black Jesus. Damas at ringside. Damas has had more than his fair share of in-ring preparation coming into Purgatory, coming in for the last few weeks. He's been doing a lot of singles action between the two in the rivalry against Justice, who they finally put away for the time being. But the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, Damas and Black Jesus, ready to go tonight. And it's just Black Jesus tonight, but we know how powerful Black Jesus can be. Travis has been in a mixed roller coaster of emotions, but he's really the reason that Stephen Miller's been on such a downward spiral. He's the reason that Stephen Miller hasn't really been able to push to the limits and to the abilities that we know he's capable of. But tonight, the League of Gods get to send a strong message to their challengers at the pay-per-view of Bob and Allen. And let's see what Travis can do to Black Jesus. The bell rings and away we go. And not sure if these two have faced before. Be interesting to see if they actually had. I don't think they have. And Abby already not too impressed, yelling at the crowd already. She's one psycho woman. And two people have been married for a little while now. I'm sure, as you can tell by the solid gold stuff that he's wearing, some of the gold bits that she's wearing, I wonder what she sees in him. Bob and Allen, of course, Travis's loyal security team. They have been for a while. They took a leave of absence for quite some time off camera, and Travis was more than happy to let them do that. Of course, they worked very hard. They've helped keep Travis in the company and on top form for a long time. Big reason why Travis has won so much. Bob and Allen, of course, made their debuts as Travis's security team all the way back at episode 1 now. 102 episodes later. 102 episodes later, he's still proving to be loyal as ever. Now look at this, Abby getting herself involved. She doesn't enjoy getting to see her husband beat down. It looks like Travis is going to take advantage. He gets back up just in time there for an inverted DDT. And Travis Cotterrell, as I mentioned, former television champion, one of the richest men in the business. Off to a good start here, though, now that the tables have been turned against one half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. And it's no surprise, really, to see that Travis is going to step in the ring before Bob and Allen. He doesn't want to give away too much of the surprise. Of course, we haven't really seen Bob and Allen in tag team action. Well, we've seen them once, but that was quite a while ago, so it'd be interesting to see if they really are ready to throw down and get into some tag team action together as a team. And we know that these two work very closely together, and they work very closely with Travis, so I'm sure we'll be accompanying them to ringside. That would not surprise me at all. And look at this, tossing Black Jesus out to the outside of the ring and a stunner off the top rope. Damas just watching on the outside. Look at this, showing some great teamwork here between the two. Brings him back to his feet, and Travis just going to taunt right in front of their faces. Will Travis be able to pull off the win tonight, or will Black Jesus be able to get the job done? We'll find out after this quick commercial break. Dormus, the new fragrance by Dormus. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and before the break we saw the beginning of Travis versus Black Jesus, and Black Jesus now in control of Travis here, but I'm not sure how much for longer. Travis got off to a good start here in this matchup, and I'm sure he's not going to want to let it slip. Oh, Travis was lining up for the axe kick there, but very well scouted by Black Jesus. And of course, remember, at Purgatory, Bob and Allen, Travis's personal security team, will be taking on both of these two for the tag team titles. And now look at this, looking for the axe kick. Got him! Right on the back of the head. Very nicely done there by Travis. And now Travis could line up for what has been one of the most effective finisher moves in all of WIW. That gut wrench powerbomb. Or he might go a deadlift here. Oh, look at this. Travis with a deadlift gut wrench. Not quite the full shebang, though. And now Travis trying to move himself forward. Look at this. Lining up for a powerbomb. Oh, but wait a minute. No. Well sidestepped there by Black Jesus. We know Black Jesus is more than capable with his own finisher as well. He has that lethal spinning back fist as well as the spinning powerbomb. Got a nice little spin to it. Maybe he was one of those traditional Greek gods that played all the discus and stuff. I don't know. But Black Jesus working away here, trying to find his way back into the fight, which is starting to slip away from him. And as soon as I say that, right on cue, spinning back fist. And Travis is down. But Travis, as we know, is a resilient fighter. First ever world television champion for a reason. And now being scooped up here by Ty, and he couldn't do it. Travis manages to evade. Now Travis drags him really nowhere. Oh no, look at this. Travis trying to take the cheap win here. Hooks the legs on the rope for the cover. But Jesus still finds a way to power out of it. Well, won that punch battle there. They both went for the same thing. Well countered though by Jesus. And now from behind looking for the suplex. Very nicely done. And now Jesus looking for the spinning power bomb, and it will spin perfectly in the middle if he can get him. No, well sidestepped by Travis. Travis does well to avoid him. And now Travis lining up for a second axe kick if he can get it right on the top of the skull. Perfectly done by Travis there. And now Travis. Now what's he thinking? Oh, look at this, showing his natural cruiserweight abilities. Former #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. Lost to Jake Griffiths to triple threat match at Crash Course, I believe it was. Of course, James Griffiths went on to deal with James Rowley, but he's got Illustrator Chico to deal with at the pay-per-view as well. Looking for the gut-wrench powerbomb to put away Black Jesus. Oh, what a counter! What a counter! I thought he had it there. Thought this match was wrapped up and sealed, but Black Jesus with a counter. Went for the gut-wrench. Well answered by Black Jesus. And look at them pacing on the outside. Abby screaming to him in the ring to get up. And Jesus waiting for him to get up, back to his feet. And now what's he thinking? Oh, look at this. Oh, what's he doing here? Black Jesus going all in. Muscle Buster. And look at the screaming of Damas. He knows this could be the end right here of Travis Cotterrell. Oh, that was close. 2.5 count, and Black Jesus nearly gets it done. Black Jesus so close to pulling it off there. Travis now having to fight back. That came from out of nowhere. A muscle buster from Black Jesus, catching everyone off guard. I was prepared for a spinning powerbomb. He went for the muscle buster instead. Travis dragging him away from the ropes. Just going to try and get the cover. Try and get this one over and done with here. Oh, and it's a 2 count. And if this is the action we're seeing here in singles action, imagine what we're going to get to see when the two teams collide at Purgatory. Look at this. A camel clutch applied. And he's been worn down on that chest and neck area. This could be the end of Black Jesus' night right here if he can't find a way out. Manages to sweep the legs. And Abby did not seem impressed there. Does not like to see him lose. And that might be a knockout right there. Spinning back fist. And now can he advance further forward? Now look at this. Up in the military press. Oh, well survived there by Travis and into a DDT. Travis holds on for the moment. But how much longer though? Travis once again going back to the submission. Just trying to make Jesus tap here. And locks in this submission right here. This could be promising signs here for Black Jesus. If Travis can make him tap out. Travis has this one firmly locked in. Jesus going to need a clever escape to find his way out. Oh, he lets it go. Lets it go here, Travis. Maybe planning to do a bit more damage, but look at this. Not going down without a fight. Black Jesus continues to keep going. And now Jesus scooping him back up. Look at this. Making a mockery of him here. Deadlift. Suplex. Trading gut wrenches here, but Travis unable to land the gut wrench powerbomb so far. This has been a thoroughly entertaining matchup so far between these two gladiators. And now looking for a powerbomb. Gets him up. Decides not to spin, but did you see the sharpness on that powerbomb? Travis might be down off of that one. Black Jesus feeling the effects of this grueling match so far, holding his head. He's in some discomfort. There's no doubt about that. Travis has really pushed him to his limits here. But now he's ready to put him away. Bob and Allen watching on as Black Jesus sends him a warning of what's to come. Looking for the muscle buster again. Deciding no spinning powerbomb tonight. Again with the muscle buster. Muscle buster by Black Jesus. And Travis has been put away here by the League of Gods. Black Jesus. Oh, wait. The referee's saying that was a 3. Well, that looked like a 3 count to me, but the referee says no. And Jesus has to continue. That definitely looked like a 3 count to me. Apparently Travis got his shoulders up though. Travis now fighting back. Has been given a lifeline here by the referee. And for the 3rd time tonight, axe kick to the top of the head there. Right to Black Jesus. And picking him straight back up. Not wasting any time here, Travis. Russian leg sweep inbound. Cleanly done. And now stomping away on him here. Travis, what can he do? Needs to do something. Oh, he's taking a run up here. Oh, look at that. That was an interesting maneuver there. Couldn't quite connect with it fully. And now Jesus might be able to take advantage. Military press again. And no, and the same counter from Travis again. Clearly has that military press well scouted now. And now Travis, after 3 axe kicks, might finally put this one away. Gut-wrench powerbomb. Inbound. And that has put away many a foe in the past. Has it done enough here tonight to put away Black Jesus? No! How the hell is he still kicking out? 3 axe kicks and a gut-wrench powerbomb. And still, Jesus is finding a way back into this match. Look at Damas. Has been so composed the entire time. Bob, Allen, and Abby have all been pacing around like no one's business. And Abby's been quite quiet considering her. She's usually quite loud in this match. Quite usually gets herself involved. Another spinning back fist. And that one caught Travis. Oh no. Maybe it didn't catch Travis off guard. Travis still fighting on. Refusing to give in just yet. Trying to get him up. Well countered by Black Jesus, who gets behind. And now lifting him up. What's he thinking? Oh, just tossing him across the ring. Right in the middle of it too. Look at Abby's face. The face of shock. You haven't seen much power quite like Black Jesus in some time. Looking for the spinning powerbomb. This to put Travis away for good. Boom! Right in the middle of the ring. And Black Jesus gets the job done against Travis tonight. No! What? Travis kicked again. Well, Travis Cotterrell hasn't been on the greatest of forms for quite some time. But tonight, putting on a fight of a lifetime, just refusing to lay down here. And this is good because he doesn't need to worry about resting or holding back for purgatory, but Black Jesus does. Because if he can get one of them hurt or injured, that could make life significantly easier there for his personal security team as they go for the titles. Hold on a minute. Oh, and look at that! Drops his face onto the LED board. Bob and Allen surrounding the League of Gods, making sure that no foul play comes into their boss's way as their job is to do. Oh, look at that headbutt to the chest there. And Black Jesus bringing out a whole new side of him tonight. Please ignore any noise in the background. Some crazy noise from the crowd, I guess. But now look at this. Jesus with a deadlift powerbomb, and this is incredible action. These two going to war here tonight. No one is holding back, not even for a second. Into the cover goes Travis. Goes on to Travis. Oh, and he might have got him there, but he couldn't do it. 2 count only. And Jesus with several spinning back fists, several axe kicks. There's been several power bombs from both sides, and yet no one's been able to put him away. What has been an incredible fight here on Monday Night Mayhem to close off before Purgatory, the final pay-per-view before Mayhem, before Insomnia, excuse me. Now looking for the neck breaker, very nicely done. And Travis working away here, trying to keep himself in control, looking for the axe kick. One more time, axe kick for a 4th, and straight into the cover he goes. His arms are wait, that's not a rope break. That is not a rope break. No way was that a rope break. Big counter by Jesus. Well, I didn't see where the rope break was there. He was close to the ropes, but I thought he was far enough away, and so did Travis. Now trying to steal it there is Jesus. 2.5 count. And this has been a close encounter between two men. Clearly in top form here tonight. Oh, was lining up for one more axe kick. Oh, well counted there by Travis. And look at these two. Fast-paced offense. Neither one of them giving up for a second. Travis going for the axe kick. One more time for a 5th time tonight, maybe. There it is. To the back of the skull. Axe kick again. And surely he can only survive so much more of this. Jesus holding on by a thread, and it is a thin thread as well. And I thought he had him with the first power bomb, but clearly that wasn't enough. Now Travis going to try again for something different. Maybe from a senton. Can he fly? Looking for a shooting star press. Got him! Shooting star press. Travis putting on a performance to remember and sends a message. Oh! Went for the gut wrench, but he's run out of stamina. He's run out of energy to keep going in this one. And now might be able to take advantage here, Black Jesus. Travis went for the gut wrench, but he just gave in. He's too tired. He's been put through his paces here tonight. And Jesus taking full advantage. But what does Black Jesus have left in the tank? Spinning back fist, no! Well countered by Travis. And now Travis moving forward and advancing again with whatever energy he has left. But as you can tell by that failed gut wrench powerbomb, he just doesn't have much left. Not much left in the tank to offer what has been a fantastic encounter. And this is only just the beginning. Could you imagine what we're going to see between Bob and Allen, Darmus and Jesus when it comes to the tag titles for Purgatory? 2 count again. This has been phenomenal action. Travis has given everything to this match, and you can see the effects starting to wear down. Looking for another shooting star press. Got him again! And it's a good thing that Travis ain't going to Purgatory, but if Black Jesus continues to take this offense, he won't be going, but he still refuses to give in. And Travis's face says it all. He can't believe it. This has been a phenomenal performance for both men, and neither one of them ready to give up, ready to just let it go, to accept defeat. Jesus now, what's he thinking now? Gets him up. Owen just duplexes him down. And Jesus, and Darmus is loving this. He's loved all of it. He hasn't got himself involved at all. He's just been enjoying everything that's going on here. Eric Cyric neckbreaker connects. We saw a lot of those tonight earlier on. And now, trying to strike again, but once again, Travis still fights on. Can he get it this time? Gut wrench powerbomb. No, he's still too tired. He's too tired. He just doesn't have the energy to get him up. And now might pay the ultimate price as Jesus, with the last of his energy, the last of his strength, looking for the muscle buster. Muscle buster. And Travis Cotterrell has nothing left in the tank. Black Jesus takes the cake. What a match. And that was a truly incredible performance. And it just shows, ladies and gentlemen, everybody is doing whatever it takes to get themselves to Insomnia. And both of these men put on a war here. And in the end, Travis was just too tired to land the finishing touches. And the brand new Muscle Buster, which has come out of nowhere all of a sudden from Black Jesus, on a third attempt gets the job done. And one half of the Mayhem Tag Champs gets the job done here tonight. And you can see the disappointment on Bob and Allen, because that might be their future. They might be laid out like Travis has been laid out tonight. But the question is, will they be able to find a way? They clearly answered the challenge because they thought they were capable of it. But the question is, are they going to be able to do it? We'll have to find out soon at Purgatory. But a big win for Black Jesus here tonight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. And we've been told to cut backstage here because look at this. Dicson not happy with what went down earlier on tonight. Oh, but Mason Foster not going to let Dicson have a go at him like that. And these two scrapping backstage. Well, no surprise to see these two colliding backstage. Dicson not finding it very nice what Mason Foster did to him earlier. If you didn't see, Dicson had a one-on-one matchup with Allen Hart for the #1 contendership for the European Championship at Purgatory. And Mason Foster tried to sabotage it for him. Tried to stop Dicson from winning by getting himself involved in the match. And now Mason Foster paying the price as Dicson is not letting him get away with it. Dicson punishing him here, but now Mason Foster fighting back. Not going to let go down that easy as the current European champion. Mason Foster wants to go to Insomnia as champion. He wants to fight. He wants to defend the title at Insomnia. But Dicson, right now, it doesn't look like he gives a crap about any pay-per-view. He wants his hand on Mason Foster right now. And as you can see, Austin Creed in the background. getting himself a little interview. Not on the show tonight, so guess enjoying the comfort of some interview here with our backstage reporters. And now Dicson just working away here on Mason Foster, who might have picked too big of a fight here. Remember, these two will collide this Sunday at Purgatory for the European Championship. And Dicson fighting hard here. Remember, he had 4 eliminations in the Royal Rumble match. Mason Foster, I think, had 1 or 2, but either way, couldn't manage to get his win at the Royal Rumble match. And now defending the European Championship to this monster who is making it clear he doesn't care what Mason Foster brings or what he does, that he can still pull off the win anyway like he did earlier on tonight. And now Mason Foster, look at this. Oh, and a lovely little Falcon Arrow. And onto the concrete, that's gonna hurt. And now Mason Foster gonna mount some more further offense. And now look at this, just tossing him across the ring. And these two fighting all the way through the arena right now. And Mason Foster is not backing down at the challenge that Dicson presents. We know Dixon's a tough old fighter, and that he won't back down or let it go easy. But Mason Foster refusing to let him, to get the better of him. Dicson wants the title now. Look at this. Oh, just tossing him up there, and Creed getting the reporter away to safety. Dangerous, these two fighting backstage like this. Look at this. Uranagi slam. Foster taken down and now being choked out by Dicson. This is a true brawl back here. These guys don't care for safety or any of the bells and whistles that go along with the rules of the matches. These two just getting their hands on each other before Purgatory. They clearly made it personal by getting involved in each other's matches. And now it's come full circle. Look at that. Crashing him into the set here. And now this big strikes by Dicson. Foster still won't go away. The Welsh won the boy with all the heart and spirit in the world. And these two just going anywhere they feel, just trading shots back and forth. We really need to get some security back here. Oh, and crashes him into the wall. Playing to the crowd. He knows the cameras are on him, Foster. This is what he's doing. He's making a scene, making it known. He's ready for anyone and that he's going to Insomnia, whether you like it or not. And Mason Foster dealing with Dicson right now. There's a neck breaker. And Mason Foster sending a message to his opponent for Purgatory and for anyone who's ready to take him on at Insomnia that he is ready for you. The DDT right to the head of Dicson. And look at this. Dixon's just getting up. Dicson is just getting up. Are you kidding me? That DDT has won him 2 European titles. And he's just got up as if nothing even touched him. Well, Foster clearly having to fight hard here. Imagine what he's going to have to do at Purgatory to keep this monster down. Just refusing to stay down here. And Dicson refusing to let Mason Foster have his way. Foster started to fight Dicson, just confronting him. And now Foster might regret landing that first blow as he's crashed into the wall as well. And now Dicson, look at this. Neck breaker. Dicson not letting the European champion get away with what he did earlier. And a fight has truly broken out back here, full on style. Someone would think this one was for the European Championship right here, the way these two are going at it. And Mason Foster now just trying to take him down, series of kicks. Looking for the suplex. Oh, and crashes him into the door with that suplex. Mason Foster doing whatever he can to keep the big man down and finally deals with him for now. But the question is, how long will he be able to keep him down for when these two collide at Purgatory? Who will be able to walk out the winner and find themselves as the European champion heading into Insomnia? We'll find out soon, but let's move on down the rest of the card. Brad, I know you're there. Where are you? You don't just steal a man's bike and expect to live to tell the tale. I could have arrested you for that, but I won't. Instead, I'll give you a chance to get this done with at Purgatory. Me and you, one-on-one, no holds barred. If you really are the true hero and as good as you claim for yourself to be, then I will see you at Sunday and you can prove it yourself. Well, Robert Hall making a statement there, saying he wants to know where Brad is. He can't find him, but original Brad, of course, last week, as you'll remember, stealing the bike of Robert Hall and took him out last week too. And Robert Hall calling him out for a match at Purgatory, but he's got to focus on his actual opponent here tonight as he takes on the two-time WIW champion, Jayden, who has been on a very bad downward spiral as of late. And Jayden, who is distracted, Jayden, of course, is not allowed to compete for the world title right now, is very anxious to get back to the top, and with a distracted Robert Hall in the ring right now, he might be able to take advantage of that fact and get the job done here tonight. Robert Hall ready to throw down with Jayden. He clearly has other things on his mind, but he can't let that stop him from pulling off the win here tonight. Bell rings, and away we go with Hurricane Rana. And straight out the gate, Robert Hall under heavy fire. He can't afford to get distracted here tonight. He needs to focus on the task ahead, because he's no slouch in the ring with him in the two-time world champion that is Jayden. He may not have been able to keep those titles on in either attempts at defending, but he is a two-time champion, which means he got there for a reason. He's a smart man. He's a mastermind. Always comes prepared with a plan. And right now, these two countering each other very well. And hyped up already is Jayden, sensing that he'll be able to take this one pretty easy, as Robert Hall clearly has other things on his mind. Last week, of course, like I say, he was jumped by original Brad and then had his bike stolen from him. And now wants to meet him at Purgatory. And no surprise at all that he's curious about what's going on with his bike. And right now, Jayden taking full advantage. Robert Hall now needs to mount some offense if he can. But can he do that? Will he do that? Now look at this. Oh, big drop kick by Jayden there. Look at that. Robert Hall forced to retreat for the moment. Really, really struggling here out the gate, and Jayden is taking full advantage, knocks him off the apron. And original Brad, who has been on such a tear of destruction over the last couple of weeks, and Robert Hall feeling the full brunt of it. And Brad, of course, a big name star, first ever world heavyweight champion over on the Fright Night brand, and has come over to Mayhem, and clearly has had enough of being the nice guy, doing everything by the book while other people jump in front of him. And right now, Robert Hall is the guy jumping above him, because Robert Hall, up until now, was on quite an impressive win streak. And he really did show himself for the last couple of months, after being what was probably, to be in all honesty, one of the worst competitors in WIW at the time. But he's improved week in, week out, and that's exactly what he's got to do. And of course, Robert Hall, you'd think would have the advantage matchup in a match against Brad. Look at this, into the ring, not going to waste any time, just going to win this one on count out. Not interested in a real match. Robert Hall takes the cake. And Robert Hall just takes the count out win with grace and gets the win over Jayden here tonight. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's still an impressive win nonetheless. Jayden, I'm sure, as he has done in the past, would have done that himself. But Jayden, clearly not in the right frame of mind to fight tonight, but still finds a way to walk out with the... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at the Jumbotron. Look at that. Such a beautiful scene out here, isn't it? Outside of the arena, whilst all this chaos is going on inside the ring. Robert Hall, you wanted me? Here I am. And look what I've got with me. You might recognize this. You had it for quite a while before I took it. You want me in Purgatory? Well, didn't you just mess up? Your bike, the thing that you find so precious, was taken from you, and you think you can just fight for it back? Please. I am the biggest threat you will ever face. And just like your bike is about to find out, there is no bigger threat than me. And just like your bike, you will burn. see you at Purgatory Hall. Main event of the evening then, it is, as we mentioned earlier, or as King Sam mentioned earlier, he will be in tonight's main event. The general manager has prepared a contest for him, despite not being here tonight, turning up again, and once again refuses to face King Sam. So King Sam back in the ring and back in action, and he's happy to be there, clearly with no Ringrust after last week's wins against Rage, and then helped to beat Peter Bolton and Max Danger last week as well, with the new World Heavyweight Champion Max Danger. But he's made it clear he believes that the general manager is running. He's cowering away from him, his challenge at Insomnia. He said his offer still stands, despite the fact this Sunday at Purgatory, King Sam will face Aaron Albright in the main event for the WIW Championship. And I'm sure he'll be doing that match with one eye over his shoulder because, you know, Aaron Albright is quite a jumpy fighter. I'm sure he'll be doing this match with one eye over his shoulder because Aaron Albright attacked him last week following his win against Rage, and clearly showing that he's not really back down at all. And look who the general manager has sent out. The last person to take on Aaron Albright. It is the hero of wrestling, SDC. And clearly, it's been a rough couple of weeks for SDC, the hero of wrestling. The Canadian has been unable to beat Aaron Albright. He just seems to have his number. And now tonight, he's going to take on King Sam for a little bit, at least, of redemption. And one of the top dogs he has been for a little while. He's re-established himself up the top. He's beaten some big names. Jayden, one of his most notable victories in what was probably one of the biggest rivalries of the year. But I'm sure you'll get to vote on that when the award show comes around. But tonight, SDC gets a shot at redemption as the hero of wrestling takes on the king of WIW. And whether you believe it's self-proclaimed or not, he's definitely deserved the right to be called it. And both of these men have worked their way to get to the top. And it's just a matter now of who can get all the way. King Sam, of course, remember, at Purgatory. In the main event, will be facing Aaron Albright once again in his rematch for the WIW Championship. Caught the leg there, avoided the knee. Oh, and very nicely done there by SDC. The hero of wrestling, SDC, after a great start. Remember, King Sam said he's not interested in being champion. He doesn't care about the championships because he knows he can easily get them back. Plus, of course, this isn't even his brand, so if he lost it, who would even care? I'm not sure. And I think that's why he has the edge over Aaron Albright. This doesn't matter to him. He can go in there, relaxed, and just put on a show. He doesn't care whether he wins or loses or risks it all because he has nothing to lose. And that is exactly why I think he's calling out Blake Austin as well, because he knows he's got nothing to lose. He knows the odds will be always stacked against him if Blake Austin keeps getting himself involved in his matches. And he's trying to deal with that threat whilst also trying to get some breathing room. The GM has made his attention scarce. Oh my god, he's here! He's here! And look at this, King Sam, no interest in his opponent as he gets taken out by the general manager, who disqualifies the match. And King Sam couldn't get back to his feet in time because I think Blake's already making a move. He's already signaling to call the show off, so I guess I need to wrap this one up quickly. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.